Merry Christmas. Let's do some questions and answers. So, question number 3. If you had to be obsessed with money, sex, sports, religion, or food, which would you choose? So, new obsession. I mean, usually I am pretty middle of the pack with my, interests. I don't tend to go too much in one way or the other. So if I was to become obsessed, I'm not sure exactly how obsessed, what they mean by how obsessed, but I'm guessing I'm gonna go ahead and take it as addicted, like like a crackhead, like this is all I think about, or this is it's the obsession is so to the point that it touches everything in my life. And so if that's the way I'm gonna interpret the question, then for sure money, sex, religion, and food are all out. I feel like if you become too obsessed and singular about any one of those, there's just nothing that you can do in your life. Like you have to find some outlet for that. And if you're totally obsessed with money, that has ruined people completely. Completely ruined them. If you are completely obsessed with sex, you got to find a partner, some kind of outlet, and they got to match you, right? And I feel like that's could be, plausible for a while, but again, I think it's fleeting, right? That you're gonna be miserable. Religion for sure. It's obviously it's been easily observable that people who are too obsessed with religion just can't be a normal person. They have to be a priest. They have to be something like that. They dedicate their whole lives to it. And for me, no thanks. No, I'm interested in it, obviously, but nothing like wanting to be a priest or something like that. And food, if you become a food critic, food snob, food, and it goes down down those tiers, right? Eventually, you either eat nothing that you want to eat because everything is so out of your palate that you're forcing yourself to eat ice cubes or something, right? To try to be ready for that next meal, or just everything that's below, excellent is not worth your time. You can never enjoy just some chips and a soda. Like, nah, get out of here. And so, why do I pick sports? Because I don't really care about sports at all. I don't. I know something about sports, right? Like names or teams or the rules of some games, but I'm not motivated by sports at all. If you want to talk sports, we can talk sports. Cool, ball. There you go. Foul. Whatever. But then, if I was completely obsessed with sports, I could see how some people wouldn't want to pick that because that's their hobby, that's their outlet. And now suddenly, if they're obsessed with it and they can't just root for the home team, they have to be like, well, the players and this and that. And maybe that leads to gambling and other kinds of, you know, of the ruining of a sport. Not as a hobby. No, no, no. But for me, if I was just to be obsessed with it, yeah, it wouldn't do anything in my regular life. It wouldn't touch anything besides I have something new to talk about. Oh, look, that guy Beto was suddenly really interested in, tennis or something that I normally have no interest in. So, yeah, that's the one I would pick. Oh, here's a book. I didn't show a book. Here's a book. Yeah, number 3. Sports. I would be obsessed with sports because I don't feel like that matters at all. I could just live my life and just be obsessed with sports. Question I'm posing is should real religion be used in fiction? I feel like my first inclination to this question would be no, right? Instantly, my gut tells me, don't do that. What are you doing? And it's probably not because of, what you're thinking of, like, well, you're just going to upset people. Yeah, you're going to upset people, but in fiction, you're usually wanting to do something of to teach a lesson or, show certain things in a certain light and trying to get a message across or educate people in something. And suddenly, if, they're trying to tell the ancient Greeks, hey, maybe this or that, um, maybe not use their actual religion, their real, what they believe to be their real gods, as a metaphor or as something that doesn't deserve the reverence that they believe it feels. Again, they believe it, so if you use it, they're going to get defensive, and now your whole point has a roadblock. Maybe you do well enough, and they think that you don't consider, they don't get upset with it. And I think that's like the main reason why I don't think it's a good idea to use it. Now, if it's a actual like literary fiction kind of setting, and you're trying to make a thing about your story, your case, whatever it is just so happens to have religion in it. Like if you're talking about uh, the time when the Spanish were subjugating the indigenous people of Mexico and South America, yeah, there's going to be Catholicism in there, right? And then you're also going to have their religion as well, whatever religions they believed in. Um, so, I mean, those things are important to people's lives, and if you're going to want to make your setting feel real, it may feel like it's a good idea to use it in those settings. In those types of settings, I'm a little bit more sympathetic, right? But if it's like Narnia, no, Jesus Christ should not show up and be like, "Hey, everybody, it's okay. I'm Jesus Christ." No, no, I feel like that is an example that goes too far. It seems just poor taste, and really, it's not even subtle. It's just a straight punch to your face. Here's Jesus. Pow. No, no, no. Santa Claus, you can give me Santa Claus. That's enough to just go, well, he's not real. Sorry, everybody, that Santa's not real. Now, can something like Santa Claus be used, but not actually be Santa Claus? It's like just the man in red, and he's so fast, and you might, he sounds like the Flash or something. But no, yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine too. So it's not really Jesus, but it's this guy who was a martyr, and you're like, again, you're trying to tell a story or a message or something, and it's got to be subtle, and it's got to be tasteful. You can't just hit someone with some, here's your religion, and I'm going to use it in a way that I feel is fair or fine. No, you're not, you're gonna muck up whatever you're trying to say. So I feel like don't do it. Now, do people do it? Sure, right? It's people, and people end up like being almost assassinated or even successfully assassinated for those kinds of things. And I feel that's wrong. Obviously, don't do that. But yeah, those are the risks you yourself are gonna have to take. And I think maybe that, like, on the bottom of all the rungs of the ladder, it's a thing you have to consider as well. Your own safety and the safety of others, right? So, but if you're gonna do it. It's fine. I think it's fine. And freedom of speech, freedom of religion, we should not quelch on those rights. And that means sometimes talking about things that people would rather you wish you had nothing to say about. But that doesn't make us free. So That's this week.